Rod's Tabletop Hoops and a game of WNBA basketball played with Crunch Time basketball, and I'm really excited about this game. This is my first ever WNBA game that I've played. I'm just looking at the history just to make sure I'm at least a little bit prepared for this game. One thing I noticed was the fact that the WNBA from 1997 through about 2005, they used the college method of timekeeping, and what I mean is 20-minute halves versus 4 quarters like they use today in the WNBA. I think it was right around 2006. I could not find facts on the internet, so I basically had to go to videos of WNBA games and just keep looking at 2004, 2005, 2010, narrowing it down to the year that I see 4 quarters being played. So I believe 2005 was the last year they used the 2 halves method, and that includes like college 7 team fouls and you're in the penalty. But unlike college, there's no 1-and-1s or that type of thing. So either way, we're going to play it with the rules of the day, 1997 rules. The WNBA of 1997, they had a just an 8-team league, so it was pretty darn small. They had their own executives pick the first 16 picks of the draft, and included in those first 16 picks were 3 which you'd almost call a territorial pick. And first of the one of the first signings was, of course, Sheryl Swoopes out of Texas Tech, and they determined she should play for the Houston Comets because that's close to where she went to college. Same thing is true for Lisa Leslie of the LA Sparks here, and she went to USC, and therefore they said, well, you're going to go to the LA Sparks. The third player in that list is Rebecca Lobo, who played at the University of Connecticut, and the closest team to Connecticut was the New York Liberty, so she got to play for the Liberty. So anyway, that's how that goes. I'm expecting about 64 field goal attempts per game for these teams. Gustaw is giving me some pace ratings here. I got a +2 and a +1, so that's 3 more cards per half. So I'm looking to use 50. 50 cards is 10 minutes of play. So I'm going to use 53 cards per half. So we're going to work on that. I've actually put half the deck in here. So I'm going to do about 28 cards here, maybe 27, depending how I feel, and then do another 26 to be 53 cards per half. I just want to get a timing mechanism where this is at least a roughly 10 minutes of play. Heck, let's put 1 card over on the other stack. We're going to have a little stronger half here with the starters with maybe 1 extra card. So I got 53, a 20, 28, and a 26, and a 27 card deck. Other information, Sheryl Swoopes' information is quite interesting, and I don't know if many recall Swoopes, the first player signed by the WNBA. She went into the training camp and regular season while she was pregnant. So she had a son named Jordan after the 4th game of the Houston Comets season. So she was, for some reason or another, not ready to play basketball, and so she missed about 6 weeks while she was recovering, probably got back there as quickly as possible, ended up playing 9 regular season games and the playoffs for the champion Houston Comets. What a comeback. And so for me, she didn't really start much for the Houston Comets in that first year. She ended up winning 3 MVPs in the WNBA. Quite a player. And defensive super stud as well. But because I'm a big fan of Sheryl Swoopes, I want to throw her in the lineup, even though she didn't start any games. I also just needed bigger players for Houston. I kept looking at the 5 most played people, and everyone was under 6 feet. At least Sheryl Swoopes is a 6-footer who could play forward and guard. So she's going to play my small forward slot here for the Comets. And so we'll be ready to play here. What I'm going to do, these are my custom envelopes. The jump ball will be between Haisha Zhang, which I'm probably mispronouncing, and Tina Thompson. Zhang has the height advantage at 6'8", but Tina Thompson's 6'2", and I know she was probably a more physically gifted player the way she ran the court. So I'm going to give Zhang just a 1-point advantage on the jump ball. Whoever gets the higher roll will win the jump for the start of this game. And Zhang's going to get a 3, plus 1 is 4. And Thompson gets a 2, so the Sparks will start with the ball. Let's see how this game goes. It's been a while since I've played crunch time basketball, so the action is going to be, let's see, possession is the center. So Zhang's going to get the ball to begin the game. I'm probably not going to use this marker too much. And she has a 2 to 12 range there. You get an 8. And that's going to be a pass. You look at pass, defensive foul, B, C, D, or F. And her defender is a C. So that'll be a foul on Tina Thompson. And the first team foul for the Comets. And we just start all over again. And I'm going to put the press on for the first and, well, let's say first 10 minutes of the first half and maybe the first 10 minutes of the second half. It's not a super press. It's just, it ups the foul count for this game. Pass to choice, but it says number 2 forward versus press. I like using that automatic assignment. Number 2 forward is going to be Lisa Leslie. And she's going to fire it up here. She gets a 9. And a 9 is a miss. But if the defense is an F, like Wanda Guyton, it's shot made, but it is not. So that's going to be a miss for Leslie. Still got to get in the flow of this game. The rebound stack is right here. Rebound defensive number 1 guard. So that's going to be Kim Perrott. And Kim's got an interesting story as well. She was a fantastic player at Southwest Louisiana, and she was a part of 2 of these championship teams, the championship run of the Houston Comets. Unfortunately, she passed away due to lung cancer in 1999 at the age of 32. So that was a tragic story. And so we got a miss for Leslie, the rebound defensive number 1 guard, Perrott. And we're going to go to the number 1 forward. And that's Sheryl Swoopes getting that surprise start. And that's a 7. And that's going to be a pass. Turnover versus press. So turnover for Swoopes. And here comes Sparks, number 1 forward, Katrina Colleton. Firing it up. 5. Pass. Turnover if ball handling rate D or F. No, it's going to be a pass. Number 1 forward, Katrina with the ball again. That's a 4. Pass. Well, pass says defensive foul C, D, or F. No. So it is just officially in a pass. We're going to give her the one last chance. Be a 24-second, or whatever they have, 24 or 30-second violation. Number 1 guard, Dixon. And that's a 9. And pass is a defensive foul, Kim Perrott. Not much scoring on the early on, but 2 team fouls for the Comets. Ball goes the number 1 forward, Katrina. That's an 11. A miss 3 for Katrina. Or shot, AA shot missed. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Got to remember to do those shot checks. So that's a missed 3-pointer. Rebound. Defensive center. Tina Thompson with the board. Someone's got to score here. Come on, Houston. Number 1 guard, Kim Perrott. And that's going to be a 6. And that's going to be a pass. Defensive foul. I'm going to randomize that defensive foul. 1 to 5 is going to be in order here, but if it's a 6, it's just the defender. It's a 1, so our defender, Dixon, with the foul. And they take over. Oh, number 1 forward, Swoopes. Turnover and immediate possession, unless she's got ball handling of AAA, AA, or single A. That's a little error on the card. That's going to be a turnover for Swoopes. And a steal for An immediate possession to defensive number 1 forward. So Katrina has taken possession of the ball, and we're going to roll and see what happens on her shot column. That's a 3. That's a pass. Turnover ball handling rate CDF. And she's a C, so a turnover for Katrina. Ball back to Houston. We got to get a point on the board sooner or later here. And it's Kim Perrott. She's going. 7. 3 ball, no good. Unless the number 2 guard has a AAA or a AA. And the number 2 guard does have a AA, so it's a 3 ball for Kim Perrott. And we're on the board. I'm going to give Super Cooper an assist on the play. Comets 3-0. Center. Zhang with an 8. That's a pass. Defensive foul if it's a D or F. No. Going to pass the ball over to Tamika Dixon. Dixon goes up 8. That's a missed shot. AA are saying it's a miss anyway. Dixon will miss the shot. Slowly remembering how to play this game. Rebound. Offensive team rebound. So we'll give that one to the Sparks. Ball goes to the center. Zhang. That's a 3. 2-point field goal. Unless the number 1 forward is a D or F to force a missed shot. Number 1 forward is a C, so it's good. Zhang scores. It's always that ball handling factor that I like. And here comes the Comets. Number 1 guard, Perrott. Going to Perrott a lot. That's a pass. Defensive foul if it's a C, D, or F. Yes, Dixon, foul number 2. Well, we might have to make an early sub here. Possession, number 1 forward, turnover. Swoopes, unless her ball handling rate's that. Nope, turnover number 3 on the game for Swoopes. And it's going to be I'm going to give a steal to Katrina one more time. And let's see what Katrina does now. 9, that's a pass. Turnover, ball handling is C, D, or F. Turnover, again, it's a turnover fest. And here comes Houston. Goes to the number 1 forward, Swoopes with the ball. That's a 9. That's a miss. If defense is an F, nope, miss by Swoopes. Not a good start for Sheryl. Rebound. Offensive center, Tina Thompson. Second board for her. Tina with the ball goes with a missed shot. Missed shot for Thompson. Rebound. Offensive high, which is Thompson. Defensive high +1. Well, it looks like it's going to be Leslie. She's already ahead of her anyway, so Leslie with the board. Katrina Culleton. 7. Missed shot. If the number 2 forward. Ball handling. Leslie's ball handling is just C, so it's still going to be a missed shot for Katrina. And the rebound goes to defensive number 1 guard, Kim Perrott. And you have a choice to fast break. Of course we want to try and fast break. That's a 4. Playing card, Perrott goes all the way. That's a 7. It looks like a missed 3-point attempt. Unless the number 2 forward has good ball handling, and she does not. So she would have stopped it anyway. Missed 3-pointer by Perrott. Rebound. Defensive number 2 forward, Leslie. Leslie usually plays a lot of center, but I noticed that Jane got a lot of starts, so I'm going to give her the starts with the big front line. And she's going to go for the fast break. 4, player card, Leslie. 9 is a miss. Her ball handling is not ideal, so it's just a miss for Leslie. Rebound. Offensive second high, which is going to be Zhang versus defensive second high. Got an A and a B, so Zhang will grab the offensive board and keep it on the Sparks side of the court. Goes to Tamika Dixon, and that's a 9. A 9 is a pass, and that's a charging foul for Dixon. Is that right? Oh, that's 3 on her. I got to make a change. Did not realize that was going to happen. Timeout on the floor. All right, Jamila Weidman is coming in for Dixon. And here comes the Comets. Kim Perrott, they're going to her quite a bit. 8, and that's a pass. Turnover versus press. Perrott, her first turnover of the game. Number 2 forward is going to be Leslie. That's an 8, 2-point field goal. And it looks like if the defense is a D or F, the shot would be made, but she's got it anyway. So Leslie 1 for 3. Sparks score. Ball goes back to the champs, the Comets. Number 2 forward, Wanda Guyton, 7. 2-point field goal. It is good. By 4 Comets. Number 1 forward, Skatrina. 10, that's a pass. Defensive foul, B, C, D, F. Well, no, Swoopes is an A. So that is going to be a pass. Center, Zhang. That's a 5 on Zhang. 2-point field goal. Good. Zhang with 2. 4 points for Zhang. Sparks by 1. Number 1 guard. Let's check that. Okay. Number 1 guard, Perrott, is just getting the ball. They're not going to Coop yet. That's a 7. That's a missed 3. Unless the center's an incredible passer. Ball handling is not. So Perrott is 1 for 3 from the arc already. Rebound goes to the forward, Katrina Collison. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that name close to correct. Number 2 forward, Leslie. With the ball, that's a 9. That's a miss. 1 for 4 for Lisa. Slow start for the 43% shooter. Rebound. Offensive number 2 guard. And that's going to be D versus the defensive guard C. Cooper with the rebound. I think they got to start looking for Coop. Number 1 guard. Nope. Perrott. One more time. That's a 9. And that is a miss. Yep. Miss by Perrott. 1 for 4 now. Rebound. Offensive number 2 forward. A B versus the defensive number 2 forwards. A double A. Los Angeles definitely the better rebounding lineup right at the moment. Goes to the number 2. Leslie trying to get some more points here. A pass. Defensive foul versus press. Yes. So I'm going to do a randomization of that foul. And that's going to be the defender anyway. Wanda Guyton for her first. 3rd team foul. You need 7 1/2 to be in the penalty. Sparks retain possession. Penny Toler. 9. That's a miss shot. If the number 2 forward ball handler is at least a B, it is not. So miss shot for Toler. Rebound. Defensive number 1, Swoopes. Finally has something positive to put in the scorebook. Ball goes to Cooper. And that's an 8. That's a 3-point field goal and a defensive foul. Cooper lights up the scoreboard. And a defensive foul on Toler, I guess. It's the defender. It's totally right there. That's her first. 1 shot for the Coop. She's 85%. And she missed it. was what? 2 to 9 and 12, I get a 10. So we got a missed free throw there. Just make sure I'm doing everything right. Yes. Got to remember my symbols. Okay. Missed free throw. Once again, on a rebound on this, I give an extra grade above for the defensive rebounder. So it's offensive number 2, B, defensive number 1, B, doesn't matter. Katrina with the rebound on the free throw. And here comes the Sparks. Number 1 guard, Jamila, 7. That's a miss. If the number 2 forward has at least a B, it's made. No. So missed by Jamila. Rebound. Defensive number 2, Wanda. Guyton with the rebound for the Comets. Hands the ball to Tina Thompson. Goes in 4. That's a pass. Turnover versus press. We're pressing for the first 10 minutes. And so right back to the Sparks, number 1. Katrina, 11. Missed 3-point attempt. The shot is missed. Yep. She's 0 for 3. Not a great start there. Rebound. Defensive center, Tina Thompson with the board. Hands the ball off to Swoopes. 2. It's a 2-point field goal and a defensive foul on Katrina, her first. So Swoopes is going to get a 2-pointer and a foul. So it's 10-6 Comets. 4th team foul on the Sparks. Swoopesy to the line and he gets a 4. And she makes it 6 to 12, so we got another missed free throw. Rebound. Defensive number 2. And Lisa Leslie with 4 rebounds. She averaged 9.5 on the season. Leslie with the ball. 2-pointer. Lisa Leslie. Defense double A. No. 2 points for Leslie. 10 to 8. Comets ball. Tina Thompson. 10. 3-pointer. And the defensive foul on Jang. Now they're going a little 3-point wild this quarter. This half. Not quarters. 3-pointer good. Thompson to the line. Trying to make a 3-point play here. And she does. 4-point play, that is. 14 to 8 Comets. Thanks to a trio of 3-pointers. Number 1. Katrina, 8. 2-point field goal. Number 2 forward. Cannot be a D or F. She's not, so it's good for Katrina. I'll give an assist to Leslie, even though she didn't really figure in the play too much. Number 1 guard turnover. Well, unless your ball handling's triple A, it is double A. That was close. But it is a turnover to Jamila, who's got the ball. All of a sudden is going 9 pass. Turnover of CDF. Nope, she's a good ball handler too. Goes into Zhang. That's a 9. 2-point field goal. Number 1 guard ball handling. Double A, single A made. It's easily made, so it's assist to Jamila. Confirms the basket. Zhang 3 for 3. And it's 14 to 12. I don't know why I didn't get up to speed there. Here comes the Comets. Cooper, 9. Misfires from outside. Rebound. Offensive number 1 forward. It's going to be Swoopes. Hands the ball to Coop. Coop goes 8. 3-pointer. If it's a D or F by the number 2 forward. Oh, missed 3-pointer by Cooper. And I'm always amazed that Bradley Logan kind of factored that in. It's a percentage shot, and if the ball handling is good, it can go in. If not, it could miss. And Guyton just happens to be a number 2 forward and a F defender, or a ball handler. Real ingenious work there by Bradley Logan. Rebound, offensive number 2 forward. versus defensive number 2 forward. Leslie's way too good, so she'll grab that rebound. And here comes the LA Sparks. Katrina getting the ball quite a bit for a 4.9 point per game score. That's a 7. Says miss. Yeah, it's definitely a miss. Rebound. Offensive number 1 forward Katrina is going to grab that rebound. Gets the ball to the number 1 guard, Jamila. Now that's a 10. A missed 3. If Perrott is a bad defender, and she's not, it's a missed 3. Rebound. Offensive center, Zhang. Number 2 guard, Toler. 10. Pass. Defensive foul. Randomize that. That's a 4. It's on Wanda Guyton, her second. Might be making some changes at the 10-minute mark, which is coming up. That's 14 fouls on the Comets. Leslie with the ball. That's a 12. 3-pointer. Center ball handling. Anything but an F. She's a D. So it does work. A 3-bomb for Lisa Leslie. Zhang will get an assist despite being a mediocre ball handler, and the Sparks jump into the lead 15-14. Ball goes to the number 1 forward, Swoopes for 2-pointer. It's good. Swoopes comes right back. 16-15 Comets. Ball goes to Katrina again. That's a 5. Pass, defensive foul if it's an F rating. Nope. Goes to Zhang. That's a 7. That's a miss. Number 2 ball handler, at least a B. Nope. Leslie's a C. So a miss for Zhang. She's human. 3 for 4 now from the floor. Rebound defensive number 1, Kim Perrott. Hands the ball, keeps the ball. Perrott still handling the ball a lot. It's a 3-pointer. And it's good. Perrott from downtown is her second 3 of the game. She only averages 5.9, and she has 6. 19-15 Comets. Number 1 guard, Jamila. That's a 6. That's a pass. Charging foul on Jamila Weidman. Turnovers are 5 turnovers a team right now. Number 1 forward at the 10-minute mark. Swoopes, 9. That's a miss. Shot, defensive foul. Katrina has 2. At the 10-minute mark, let's get a couple Swoopes free throws in here first. She's 71%. 11 good. 12 good. Swoops in with a pair of free throws, and she's got 6 early points. And the Comets lead 21-15. Alrighty, some substitutions. Linda Burgess, Heidi Berge come into the game for the Sparks, and for the Houston Comets, Tammy Jackson and Janeth Arcane, who did a lot of starting during the initial season, gets her first shot to contribute to the Comets. Sparks have the ball. Trailing by 6. Ball's going to go to the number 1 guard, and that's Jamila Weidman. And that's a 9, and that's a pass, which will be a defensive foul on a D or F. Nope, just a B. It is a pass. Center turnover unless they're a great ball handler. No. Turnover. Lisa Leslie now playing center for Zhang, who has limited stamina. Steal by Tina Thompson. Tina's got the ball. Let's see what she does with it. That's an 11. That's a 2-pointer. If the number 2 guard is at least a B, and of course she is, that's Cynthia Cooper. So Tina Thompson's going to score on the break. Cooper's going to get her second assist of the night. And it's 23-15 Comets, gaining their largest lead of the game of 8. Penny Toler comes back with a 4. That's a miss. Unless the ball handler at center is at least a C, and she is. So Toler's going to score from Leslie. First two of the game for Penny Toler. Here comes number one forward. I'm not pressing right now. It's the second half of the quarter, but I'm going to still use the choice selection at forward as if it was the press. Sheryl Swoopes with the ball. It's a 5, and it's a 2-pointer. It's good. Swoopes in for 2 more points. She has 8 to lead the Comets. It's 25-17. Ball goes to the center. Leslie, 6. Goes in for 2. It is good. Leslie comes right back. And after burying that 3-point shot, she's now got 9 points to lead all scorers. Center, Thompson's coming right back on her. 6 miss by Thompson. Rebound. Defensive number 2, Heidi Berge with the board. And of course they're going to try and fast break. 1 is charging and 2 to 6 is good. This is even better odds here. That's a player card. Berge's going to go all the way 8. And that's a miss. Yeah, missed shot by Berge. Rebound right back. Defensive number 2, that's Cynthia Cooper. Super Cooper with just 3 points. Number 2 forward turnover, unless they're at least a B on ball handling. No turnover. Tammy Jackson just in the game. And we'll give Berge a steal. Let's see what she's going to do with it. And that's going to be a 4. That's a pass. Pass turnover, ball handling rate DF. Yes, turnover by Heidi Berge. And she's just a little too anxious so far. Center, Thompson. That's an 11. 2-pointer, good. Tina Thompson, 8 points. 27-19 Comets. Number 2, Berge gets the ball. 3, that's a pass. Turnover ball rate F, no. Center, Leslie. Going in 5, that's a miss. But a foul on Tina Thompson, and that is 2. I should have taken her out earlier. 5 team fouls, you need 7 for going over the limit, but she was in the act of shooting, so 2 shots for Leslie. 3 and 5 to 8. Good. Yes, Leslie only a 59.8% shooter from the free throw line. Cans 2, 27-21. Thompson here. We'll play through. We'll see what we can do here. Center, Thompson with the ball. That's a 12. Miss. Defense is double A. It's an official miss by Thompson. We'll go for the rebound. Defensive center, Leslie. Going to try and fast break. Yep, player card. Leslie goes in. 8. 2-pointer. And if the defense is a double A or A, defense is a B. 2-pointer for Lisa Leslie again. She is dominating. 13 points. Keeping the Sparks in it. Number 2 guard, Coop. That's a 4. 2-point field goal and foul by Toler is her second. And so Cooper's going to score. 29-23, 1 free throw, 12. And it's good. Boy, I got to roll those high numbers on the foul line for some reason. Cooper with 6 points on the night. And it's 30 for the Comets. Number 2, Toler with the ball. That's a 9. That's a miss. Shot F. Nope. Okay, missed by Toler. I'll make some changes at the 5-minute mark. Rebound. Defensive number 1 forward. And that's going to be Swoopes. After a slow start. Going to try to run the fast break. Got a 3 playing card. Swoopes. 9. Miss. If the defense is F. Nope, just a D. It is a miss for Swoopes. Rebound, defensive number 1 forward. That's going to be Linda Burgess. So the score is 30-23. Sparks hitting 41.7 from the floor. Comets hitting 52.4. Ball Goes the number 2 guard. That's going to be Toler. And Toler with a 6. 2-point field goal. If the defense is an A or a double A. No, it isn't. Toler drills it. 30-25. Number 1 guard, Janeth. 7. 2-pointer. If the center ball handling is at least a C, it is not. It's a missed shot. Oh, wait. It's not an F, though. So it actually is good. 2-pointer for Janeth. Arcane. And Thompson's just not bad enough to make that miss. 32-25. If she had been an F to F, it would have been missed. So here comes the number 2, Heidi Berge. That's a 4. That's a pass. Defensive foul. And we'll see who it's on. And it's going to be on Tammy Jackson. And that's the 6th team foul. Everything else will be a shooter. Number 1 guard, Jamila. That's a 5. That's a pass. Defensive foul if it's a C, D, or F. Nope. Number 1 guard, Jamila again. 6. Pass. Turnover versus press. Oh, we're not pressing right now. It is going to be a pass. Number 2 guard, Penny Toler's got to shoot at 5. That's a miss by Toler. Toler no good. Rebound defensive number 2 forward. That's going to be Tammy Jackson. Ball goes to the number 2 guard, Cooper with a 7. 7's a pass. Not a defensive foul versus the press. We're not pressing this half. Number 1 forward. Swoopes, 3, missed 3-point attempt by Swoopes. Rebound, oops, wrong card. Rebound, offensive number 1 forward. That's a C. Defensive number 1 forward, Burgess. Rebounder, A. So Linda Burgess with the rebounding ability there. They're both A. They got some good rebounding in the game. Center turnover, unless that's all the way up to a B. Turnover for Leslie. And so that'll be a steal by Thompson. Thompson's going to take it. That's an 11. 2-point field goal shot. Number 2 ball handling, at least double A. And it is good. Tina Thompson gets the hoop, ensured by Cynthia Super Cooper. And it's now a 9-point lead. And we're just about the 5-minute mark here. Number 2, Heidi Berge. That's a 5. That's a pass. Nope, not pressing. Number 2 forward, Berge. That's a 9. That's a miss, but a defensive foul on Tammy Jackson. And that'll be 2 on Tammy Jackson. And that'll be 2 shots either way for Heidi Berge. Berge just 51%. She's going to make a 4-7 to make this work. No. 5, good. 1 out of 2, about what you'd expect. Okay, 1 point for the Sparks. 34-26. Another card or 2 here. Why make another sub? Swoopes, 5. That is a 2-point field goal. Number 1 guard cannot, if it's a C, D, or F. Oh, ball handling is C. That's not very good. So it's a miss. Turns a make into a miss. Arcane, not a great passing guard, just an average. It's a miss for Swoopes. And the rebound is a jump ball. Well, we got Leslie versus Thompson. I'll just call it even. 6 for Leslie, 4 for Thompson. We'll give the ball to the Sparks. We're about halfway through. Let's make a couple changes before the half ends. All right, Yolanda Moore comes in at power forward for the Comets. In the meantime, Penny Toler takes a break with 2 fouls, and I'm throwing Wadi Mabika from Zaire into the game. Yolanda Moore only played like 14 games, but I'm having trouble finding backup big men for for the Comets. So here comes Lisa Leslie and company down by 8. Heidi Berge, and that's a 7. 2-pointer, and it's good. Berge for 2. 34-28. Center Tammy Jackson, that's a 6. Pass, not doing the press, so we're going to have a successful pass. Number 2 guard, turnover, unless they're a double A, so we're passing there. Let's get a shot off here, Janeth. That's a 7. 2-pointer. Number 2 guard has to be at least a double A, and she is, so Janeth will score again. And Cooper's going to ensure that basket. 36-28 Comets. Number 2 guard, Jamila Weidman now. It's an 11. 2-pointer. If defense is A or double A, no. Jamila gets her first points of the game. 36-30. Ball goes to the center. Tammy Jackson, 5. Pass. Defensive foul. If it's a D or F. Nope, just a pass. Number 2, Yolanda Moore. That's a 5. Pass. Defensive foul if it's an F. Nope, just a D. Here we go. Let's get a shot off now, Sheryl. That's a 4. 2-point field goal attempt. At least a C from Tammy Jackson. Nope, F missed. Swoopes getting the short end of the stick on a couple of these plays. Would have made another basket there. Rebound. Offensive number 2 guard, that is going to be Cynthia Cooper. Cooper with the ball. Game flows pretty fast. 8th 3-point field goal is good. Cooper for 3 more. And she's in the 9 points now, second on the team in scoring. Ball goes to the number 2 guard, Jamila Weidman, 7. That's a miss. Shot if it's an F. Nope, just a miss for Jamila. Rebound. Defensive number 1. It's Sheryl Swoopes. I'm playing her probably more than she typically would go, but I'm just going to play through. She's doing well. Number 1 guard, Janeth. 8. Miss. Number 2 forward has at least a B. No. Miss shot by Janeth. Rebound goes to defensive number 2, Berge. Been pretty productive since coming into the game. Number 1 guard could be turning the ball over here unless they're at least a B. Nope. Turnover, Mabika. Steal, Arcane. Arcane's taking the rock. 9. Passes it. Turnover of C, D, or F. Yep. So giving it right back to the Sparks. Arcane with the turnover. Number 2 guard, Jamila. 4. Pass. Turnover for ball handling's bad. Nope, it's just a pass. Number 1, Burgess. 9. Pass. Just another pass. Let's get a shot off now, Burgess. Let's go. 5. Pass. Turnover ball rate D or F. Turnover, Linda Burgess. Burgess and Berge on the front line. Number 1 forward, Swoopes in 8. Missed 3 for Swoopes. She is on a poor streak right now. I might have to get her out. Well, we'll just try to run out the half. Offensive center, A. Defensive center, Leslie, double A. Give Leslie 7 rebounds in the first half. Number 1 guard, Mabika, 9. 2-pointer. If I'm a double A defender, no. Good for Mabika. 39-32. Mabika, 39% from the floor. Drilled it. Number 2, Yolanda Moore. Oh, she didn't play much. She's only 250 from the floor. 10, that's a pass. Defensive foul versus press. No. Number 2 guard, Coop. That's a 5. That's a miss. If the number 2 forward has at least a B. Ball handling. Nope. Cooper's going to miss. Comets field goal percentage is down to 48%. Rebound offensive number 2. That's going to be Coop. Number 2 guard, Coop. 9. Miss. Oh, but it's a defensive foul on Weidman. That's 19 fouls. Cooper going to the line for 2 shots anyway. And I roll a 10 one more time. Wow, miss. Miss! Oh my gosh. Super Cooper couldn't put him over the 40 mark. I missed 2 free throws, rolling back-to-back 10s. Rebounded by Burgess. Those rims are really tight today. Ball goes to the number 2 guard, Jamila, who hasn't been hitting. She's going to pass the ball. And it's not a foul. Pass. Number 1 guard versus press. Let's go. Mabika, 11. 3-pointer, good! Mabika with 5 points off the bench. This is now a game. Number 1 guard, Arcane, 7. 2-pointer, good! Janeth Arcane with her 6 points. Kind of breaks the scheme. They were struggling. Down to the last couple cards. Berge, 7. 2-pointer. Center has to be at least a C, and it is. Heidi Berge for 2 from Lisa Leslie. And it's a 4-point game with a card remaining. Who is it? Janeth Arcane. Gets a 3. That's a pass. Defensive foul if it's a D or F. Nope. And that is the end of the first half. Comets, 41. Sparks, 37. Leading scorers for the Sparks. Lisa Leslie, 5 of 8 from the floor, including a 3-point bomb. She has 7 rebounds, 13 points. Hasha Zhang, 6 points on 3 of 4. Penny Toler has 4, and Heidi Berge off the bench with 5. Leading the way for the Comets, 10 points for Tina Thompson on 4 of 7 from the floor. She's got 3 boards and 2 steals. Cynthia Cooper, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, 3 of 6 from the floor for 9 points, second on the team in scoring. 8 for Sheryl Swoopes, but just 3 of 9 from the floor. She missed a bunch right at the end of the half, might have run out of gas. Kim Perrott with 6 points, 2 3-pointers, 3 rebounds. Arcane with 6 points. The Comets are hitting 50% from the floor and 50% from three-point land at 5 for 10. They're unfortunately only 50% from the free throw line because Cynthia Cooper's missed 3 out of 4 free throws. They're 4 of 8. So 50% from the floor. The Sparks actually finished pretty hot going down the stretch, and this is a ball game, 41-37. All right, ready to start the second half. So far, I've been pretty impressed with the statistical accuracy. Both teams are on pace to shoot about 64 shots in this game from the field. That's right on pace for each of these teams, including the 3-point shots where the Comets averaged right around 17, 18 3-point shots per game. They've got 10. And the Sparks, they only shot about 9, and they've taken 5 attempts. So the 3-point field goal distribution is pretty good. Free throws just a tad low for Los Angeles. They've only taken a very few, but you got to realize, let's see, what are they? 3 for 4. But you must realize as well that the Houston Comets did not foul much as well. We've had a couple of those plays where a potential foul has been turned into a pass because of the foul drawing rating. So overall, not bad. I expect the Sparks maybe to get a couple more fouls. The rebound department is 17-16 Sparks, and that could even be higher the way the ratings are for the Sparks. And let's just get going with the second half and see what happens here. It's just a 4-point lead, so we'll see if the Comets can get back on track. They kind of slowed it up a little bit at the end of the first half. Jump ball will go Zhang with a 4 and Thompson with a 1. Looks like the LA Sparks will get another tip to win. Number 1 guard Tamika Dixon gets a 6, and that says miss. The center has to be at least a C, and she's a D, so that's no good for Dixon. So you have a great player like Zhang who can score, but she doesn't have the ball handling skills, and that creates problems sometimes for the offense within the ball handling situations here. Rebound. Offensive number 1, Dixon gets her own rebound. Ball goes to number 2. Forward, Leslie, having a good game. 8, 2-pointer. Defensive A or B missed. Defense is C. It's good. Lisa Leslie, got to get a good defender on her. It's 41-39 now. Haven't had a lot of defensive stops. That was another thing. I kind of, instead of blocks, I look for defensive stops with the defense actually turning a shot into a miss. I'm not sure if I've had one yet. I forgot about them a little bit, so I'm going to remember this half, see if we get any super defensive stops. So, did I do a number 2? Oh, okay. Number 2 forward, Wanda Guyton with a 6 is going to pass the ball, and we are pressing defensive foul, and we're going to call that one on the defender, Lisa Leslie, her first of the game, non-shooter. Number 2, Coop. Cooper goes in 6. That's a missed 3-point attempt, unless the number 2 forward has at least a B, and she does not, so a miss for Super Cooper. Rebound, Zhang. Ball hands off to the number 1 guard. That's Tamika Dixon. And that's a 10 for Dixon, who averages 11.9. That's a missed 3 by Dixon. So they trade missed 3 balls. This rebound is going to go to the offensive number 1. Katrina with the offensive board. To the number 1 forward. She is the number 1 forward. Pass. Turnover, D or F? No, it is a pass. Number 2 forward, Leslie. That's a 9. That's a miss by Lisa Leslie. Couldn't tie the game up. Rebound. Offensive number 2, which is a double A. Defensive number 2 is just a B. Leslie's going to grab another board. And once again, LA with the rebounding front line. Center. Zhang with an 8. That's a pass. Defensive foul. Going to be on Sheryl Swoopes, her first. Number 2 guard turnover, unless she's a double A at least. Yes. So it's just a pass into Zhang. And that's a 7. And that looks like a missed shot by Zhang. They're getting a lot of shots. They're just not making them. Rebound, Kim Perrott. And Perrott. Uh-oh, forward. This could be a turnover. Yep, turnover for Swoopes, unfortunately. Luck of the draw a little bit there. Steal by Katrina Colleton. Here comes the Sparks. Number 2, Leslie. 5, that's a miss. Unless the center ball handler is at least a C. No, miss by Leslie. Not going to get much assistance from Zhang on that one. Rebound's going to go to defensive team rebound. First team rebound for the Comets. Ball goes to Swoopes. She's trying to get out of that little slump. That's a 2-pointer. It is good. Sheryl Swoopes. 43-39. Comets. Katrina, 4 passes. Defensive foul if it's an F. No. It's going to be a pass to the center. Zhang, 11. 2-pointer. Number 2 ball handler has to be at least a C to make it not go off the rim. So it's going to be good for Zhang. And I'll get a passive assist for Leslie on the play. 41-43. Ball goes to number 1 forward. Swoopes, 4. 2-pointer. Center has to be at least reasonable. Not an F. So it's good for Sheryl Swoopes again. So she goes from 3 for 9 to 5 for 11. Passive assist for Thompson. And it's 45-41. Comets, number 2, Penny Toler. 6. 2-pointer. Good. Toler. Both teams trading baskets. 45-43. Their defense isn't double A. Its defense is B. Okay. Number 2 guard, Coop. 7. Pass. Defensive foul if it's an F. No, just a B. Number 1 guard, Kim Perrott. That's a 3. Pass. Defensive foul versus press. Give a random foul. It's going to be on Dixon anyway. And unfortunately, that is 4 on Dixon. Timeout. All right, Weidman enters the game. You only get 5 fouls in this 40-minute game, so I had to take out Tamika Dixon. Number 1 guard, turnover per row. Unless triple A, she's a double A, and it doesn't matter. Perrott, gets the turnover, and Weidman comes in and picks up a steal, and she's going to go all the way. That's going to be a 7, and that's a missed shot. If the number 1 ball handler is at least a B, no, a missed shot by Weidman. Or Weidman. Rebound of the Weidman miss goes to the offensive center, Zhang. And here comes Toler. Toler with the ball. That's a 3. That's a miss. But it is going to be a foul. Cynthia Cooper's first. She went 20 minutes with no fouls in the first half, just like Swoopes. Both have 1 foul. Toler's going to the line for 2. She is 83.9. That's a 4. Oh, 5 to 12. 4. My goodness, my dice rolls are not working today for the free throws. Rebound. Defensive number 2 guard, Cooper. And can you actually fast break off a missed free throw? We're going to try to, and that's a 6. Here goes Cooper, breakaway, 10. 2-pointer, and defensive foul. Penny Toler. My gosh. And that's 3 fouls on Toler. 2 points for Cooper. 47-43. This is a huge turnaround. Now, can Cooper make a free throw? I just need to roll a low number. And I do. 3-point play, 12 points for Cynthia Cooper. And that's the 3rd foul on Penny Toler, just like that. 48-43. Well, goes the number 2 guard, Penny Toler, going to try to come back. 7. Pass, defensive foul, no. Number 1 guard, Weidman, 8. Pass. Defensive foul if it's an F, no. Got to get a shot off now. Number 1 guard. This is the pros, baby. Got to take a shot. 8. Pass. Defensive foul, B, C, D, F. Oh, foul on Perrott. And that is 2 on her. Got bailed out by Perrott on that play. Sparks take over. Zhang, 5. 2-pointer. Defensive double A or A. It is good by Zhang. Count it. .45. Sparks stay close. Coop, 7. That's a pass. Charging foul. Cooper. That's 2 fouls in the period. Number 2 guard. Penny Toler, 7. Pass. 5 minutes in. Toler, 9. Miss by Toler. Rebound. Swoopes. Player card. Swoopes. 8. Missed 3-pointer on the break here, looks like. Rebounded by offensive number 2 forward, Guyton. And let's see. Let's take a quick look at the lineups here. Just throwing in Linda Burgess as Katrina Colleton moves to the guard slot. I'm looking for a little more shooting from the Sparks. They're kind of holding on to the ball a little too much. So here comes Houston with the ball and the lead. Ball goes to the number 1 guard, Kim Perrott. That's a 9. That's a miss for Perrott. Unless the center ball handling is at least a C, it's not. Perrott, no good. Rebound. Zhang on the boards. Goes to Leslie. Leslie with the ball, 5, and that's going to be a miss by Lisa Leslie. 3 misses in a row for her. And the rebound goes to offensive number 2. Forward Leslie's going to get that one easily. Ball goes to number 2 forward. Here comes Leslie again, 11. It's a 2-pointer. Defense A or double A? No. Leslie for 2. It's 48-47. Now, I was going to mention one thing. If you're going to play it by the book and to a T, Crunch Time Basketball is a fatigue rating where you start counting every time you roll something and there's an asterisk next to the result. You tally that, and if they get up to 6, then you can reduce their fouling or either their fouling effectiveness or their defensive effectiveness. Kind of make it what you want it to be, but it'll show something that player is fatigued. So some people, every 2 asterisks, maybe they'll lower their defense 1 rating or something. But either way, I don't really use that just because it just takes a little extra time and I can't keep the flow up by doing that. But it is an innovation made by Bradley Logan that's really pretty good. Okay, Comets ball. Cooper with the ball. That's a 9. And that's a miss by Cooper. Rebound. Offensive number 2. Wanda Guyton grabs that rebound. Goes to number 2. Coop for 2-pointer. Yes! And unless Penny Toler's defense is spectacular, and it's not. Cynthia Cooper with 2 more points. Like I said, not a lot of defensive stops in this one. This game's going to possibly be a little bit higher than the actual points per game. But either way, still having a really good competitive game here. Number 1 forward is Linda Burgess, or Burgess. 9 is a pass. And it's defensive foul if you're B, C. Nope, she's an A. Swoopes does not foul. Number 2 forward, Swoopes got a couple Defensive Player of the Year awards, so C is going to be her low point of her best years in the WNBA. Here comes Leslie. That's a 10, and that looks like a missed 3. Nope, not going to be made because she has to try and assist herself. Leslie, no good. Rebounded here by the forward, Sheryl Swoopes. You may be asking how many she has. That is 6 rebounds, and that is tops on the Comets. Number 2, Wanda Guyton. 11, that's a miss. If it's a defense, it's D or F. Nope. It's a defense of Leslie, which is pretty good. Missed by Guyton, rebounded by Lisa Leslie. This team stays close. They're hanging around. Ball goes to the center. Zhang. 7, that's going to be a miss, but a foul is called on Thompson. That is 3. 2 shots for Zhang. She is 66.1 from the floor. First free throw, good. She's 5-9 on free throws and misses the second one. Free throws are being a killer right now. No good on the second. 50-48, rebounded by offensive number 1 forward. Burgess has an A. Swoopes has a C. I usually give him at least a grade for the free throw, but even then, Burgess, an A from the small forward slot, quite unusual. She'll grab the rebound and keep it alive. For the Sparks, Burgess with the ball to 6. 2-point field goal. If Les is even a decent defender or passer, ball handler, yes, she's a C, so that one stays in the bucket for Burgess from Leslie. And look what we have. Score tied at 50. Ball goes to Tina Thompson. That's a 4. That's a pass. Defensive foul if it's a D or F. No. It'll be a pass. Getting closer to the 11 or 12 minute mark here of the game. Swoopes. That's an 8. That's a miss 3. If the defense is an F, it's a D. It's a miss 3 for Swoopes again. Rebound. Defensive number 1 forward. That's Burgess. Ball goes to Zhang looking for the lead. 8. That is a pass. Defensive foul if it's a C, D, or F. Oh, Thompson. Foul number 4. Tina Thompson. And that is the 5th team foul. And we got to make some choices here with limited time left in this game. Let's see. Timeout. Okay, Tammy Jackson, new at center for the Comets. Going to Burgess. And Burgess has been hot. Pass. Defensive foul. That's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Guyton. Foul number 3 on Guyton. Players getting in foul trouble here. 6th team foul. Still not a shooting foul. Ball goes to Colleton. 5. Pass. Charging foul on Colleton. And that's 3 on Katrina. Sparks not getting the lead back. Number 2. Here comes Guyton in for the play. It's a pass. It's a turnover versus the press. We're still pressing for a few more cards. Back over to the Sparks. Number 1 guard. Colleton going for the lead. 8. 2-pointer defense. It is good. Katrina Colleton for 2. Sparks take the lead. 52-50. Ball goes to Kim Perrott. And Perrott with a 5. That's a pass. Defensive foul and an F. Nope, just going to pass the ball. Perrott with the ball. That's a 9. That's a miss. But she is fouled by Colleton, and that is 4 on Katrina Colleton. And we're just going to roll with her. She's only 4.9 points a game. We'll see how long she lasts. 2 shots for Kim Perrott. Comets not getting to the line too much today. What is she? Free throw 6 to 8. She's only 439 from the line. This is not good. 5 is not 6 to 8. 10, and there's 2 more misses. That is killing the Houston Comets. Rebound. Offensive number 2 forward versus the defensive number 1 forward. So the number 1 forward is going to get an extra rating addition for the rebound on a free throw. Burgess playing a good game, gets the gets it to Penny Toler, who gets a 9, and that's a miss. Number 1 has at least an A. No, she does not. So Toler is going to miss. And we got a rebound here. Defensive number 2 guard, it's going to be Coop. Cooper with the rebound. Getting close to the halfway mark. Swoopes. 7, that is a pass. Turnover versus the press. We still got a couple cards of pressing still to go. Number 1 forward, Burgess, playing a great game. There's an 8. Number 1 guard is at least a C. Yes, Burgess will score. And the Sparks are shutting down the Comets right now. It is 54-50. Someone needs to get hot again. Here's Sheryl Swoopes again for potential bucket. If the defense is a B, defense is a D. It's good. It's Sheryl Swoopes comes back. 54-52. Midway point right here. Colleton 12. 3-pointer. It's good. Katrina Colleton for 3. Biggest lead for the Sparks, 57-52. Timeout. All right, the Sparks have their largest lead of 5 points. Can the Houston Comets, the host team, come back? I've got Zhang to the bench. She has the stamina issues, and I put Leslie in at center. Burgess has moved up to power forward and has done great off the bench. I brought in Mwadi Mabika because she was a spark plug at the end of the first half, and we'll see what can happen. Sparks outscoring the Comets 20-11 so far in this half to take the 5-point lead, erasing the 4-point deficit at halftime. Here comes Houston. I will be putting in Tina Thompson in probably 4 to 5 minutes. We'll see how things go and see if the Comets can make a charge. Wanda Guyton with the ball. And that is a 6, and that is a pass. Defensive foul B, C, D, F. And yes, Burgess will have a foul on that play. That is 5 team fouls. Comets have been not making their free throws, so we'll see what happens. If they actually get to the line, the press is off right now. Center. Tammy Jackson goes in. That's a 10. It says miss. If the number 1 guard has at least an A, Nope, she's a C. So a miss for Tammy Jackson upon her return here in the second half. Rebound jump ball. Well, we'll go Leslie versus Jackson. Just make it even. And it looks like Houston will regain possession here. Guyton with the ball. 7. Two-pointer and foul. Linda Burgess with another foul, her second. And we're going to give 2 points to Wanda. 4 points on the game. She's 2 for 3. 57-54. One free throw. Can she make a free throw? 5-8. Not very good chance. And once again, the free throws are just hurting the Comets. The Comets now are 5 for 12 from the line. That's not going to win a lot of ball games. The rebound, offensive number 2 guard, Cooper with a C. Defensive number 2 guard with a D. But on a free throw, I give an extra grade up to the defensive rebounder, and it will be Penny Toler with the rebound. Not rebounds. I'm not rebounding right now. Ball goes over to the number 1 guard, and they have to retain possession here, but no, it's going to be a turnover for Mabika. Steal by Arcane, and we'll see if Arcane can do something with it. Janeth, 7. 2-point field goal. Number 1 forward has to be at least a reasonable passer, and she is Swoopes. So Arcane from Swoopes. And look what we have. A 1-point ball game. Here comes the center, Leslie, the leading scorer in the game with 17 points. 7, that's a pass. Charging on Leslie, foul number 2. She went the whole first half without a foul. So here we go. Houston come right back. Swoopes with the ball. That's an 8. A miss 3. The forward 2 is not a good ball handler, so that's not going to help Swoopes, who's missed 3 3-point attempts in this half. Rebound, offensive number 1 forward, Colleton versus Swoopes. Swoopes is a C. Colleton. Oh, defensive number 2. Burgess gets it. Goes to Colleton. 7. 7 is a miss, which is a defensive foul on Swoopes. And that'll be her second. And it looks like we have 17 fouls. Wow, okay. 2 shots for Colleton either way. And she is 57%, not too good. That's a 9, that's not good. And a 3. We're having some real free throw troubles on both sides of the ball. Rebounded by offensive high plus 1. Offensive high, wow. So it's going to be Leslie no matter what then. Yep. Leslie grabs the offensive rebound to keep it alive for the Sparks. But now Burgess could probably turn the ball over here because she's not a ball handler at all. Turnover Burgess. Steal by Guyton. Guyton's going down and gets an 8. And that's a pass. Turnover. Ball handling rate DF. Yes, that happens a lot. Get that steal and then turn the ball over at the other end. Sparks retain possession. Center. Leslie, 6. 2-pointer. Good. Leslie hits. 19 points, 11 rebounds for Leslie. Sparks by 3. Wanda Guyton. Pass. Turnover, ball handling rating F. It is turnover for Guyton. Suddenly she's kind of being a negative for the Comets. Got to keep the ball away from her. Center is Leslie, 9. That's a miss, but fouled by Tammy Jackson. 2 shots, Lisa Leslie. She's only 60%. 7 good. Someone made a free throw. Made them both. Lisa, Leslie, have a game. 21 and 11 for Leslie, and the Sparks have their biggest lead again. Cooper goes in. 8. 3-point shot. The number 1 guard has to have decent ball handling. Oh, CDF missed. CDF miss. Arcane, the number 1 guard, forces Cooper to miss that 3, converts it from a make to a miss. That is huge. Offensive number 1 guard, C. Defensive number 2 guard, D. And Arcane grabs the offensive rebound to her credit. Over to Swoopes. Swoopes swoops in. 6. That's a miss. If the center ball handling is at least decent, no, it isn't. Missed by Swoopes. These reserves do not handle the ball overly well. Rebound this time is going to go to Leslie. Sparks. Colleton, 12. 3-pointer. Number 1 guard has to be a pretty good passer, though, and it's a miss. Almost a huge 3-point shot made, but Mabika is not that great a passer. It had to be at least an A on the ball handling to keep that in. So Colleton with a missed 3. That was close. 2 3-pointers that have just offensive team rebound goes to the Sparks, their second. Colleton gets the ball. 8. 2-point field goal. Defense A, double A, or B. No, good. Sparks extend their lead. Might be time to do something for Houston. Let's go another player or two. Center, Tammy Jackson. That's an 8. That's a miss. It's going to be a miss anyway. Great defense. Rebound. Offensive center, Jackson. Jackson to Janeth. 4, pass. Defensive foul. Oh, it's no. Oh, wait. Yeah, we're not pressing, so that's just a pass. Center, Tammy Jackson. 5, that's a pass. Yeah, no turnover versus press, so number 1 guard, Arcane, get it up there. 2 shot. Defense, double A. They don't have any defense. It's good. Arcane comes back with 2. 63-58. Number 2 guard, Toler. That's a 7. That's a pass. Turnover if it's got bad ball handling. No. Number 2 forward turnover. Yes, for sure. F ball handler. Turnover, Burgess Guyton with a steal. Guyton's going to go try to do something. 7. That's a 2-pointer. And the number 2 guard is at least a double A. It's good by Guyton. Big hoop for the Comets. Cooper has not been heard from for a little while. She's stuck on 14 points, but she has a number of assists. So it's now 63-60. And the Sparks get the ball to Toler, one of their best ball handlers. Miss. And either way, it's a miss by Toler, who's missed 3 field goals and 2 free throws in a row. Rebound, offensive high versus defensive high +1. So double A Leslie. Do we have any A's here? Yep. You get a +1. Tammy Jackson will get it with the +1. Good break for Houston. Ball goes to Janeth. She's getting the ball. That's a 3. And that's a pass. And it's not the press, so we're passing the ball to the number 2 forward. 1 to Guyton. And that's an 8. And that's a miss. No good. Rebound. Defensive number 1 guard, Mabika. Going to try and fast break off. That's a 4. Playing card. That's an 8. Pass. Defensive foul. Who's on? The defender, Arcane. 19 fouls. 2 shots. Mabika, 54%. Not a great foul shooter. Miss. Oh, could not hit free throws at all. This is a free throw junk fest. 43% from the Sparks. 42% for the Comets. Rebound defensive number 2, Guyton. let's run that fast break I always do. Oh, offensive charging on Guyton, and that is 4. That was an error in judgment. Well, getting down to the 5-minute mark, I'm going to make some changes really quickly. Leslie goes in 6. This could be 2 points. Number 1 ball handling guard has to be at least... Oh, C, missed. Forced a miss on Leslie. Normally a make, but the C is a miss. Rebound, offensive number 2 high. A, defensive second high. Don't have it. Offensive second high. Burgess with the rebound, keeping the ball in play. Almost at the 5-minute mark here. Number 1 forward, Katrina, 7. Miss. Shooting's gone down a little bit. Team's at 47% each. Rebound offensive team. Sparks keep possession. I think it's about one more card here. Number 1 guard, Mabika. That's a 9. 2-pointer, good. Defense not good enough. And Mabika, just a 39% shooter, has come up big today. And we're at the 5-minute mark here, and we'll make some changes. All right, Thompson returns, Zhang returns. Down to the final 5 minutes here. We're going to keep Mabika in just because she's playing very well. It's 65-60. 5 minutes to play. Number 1 forward. Looks like a turnover for Swoopes. Steal by Colleton. Goes to Mabika, who's been shooting well. 11, 3-pointer on its way. Number 2 guard has to be at least a double A to make, and even a little worse. It's good. Mabika for 3. Amazing game for Mabika. And the Sparks are pulling away slightly on this one. Number 2 forward, Guyton. 3, that's a pass. It's just going to be a pass where you're not pressing. Number 2 guard, Cooper, 11. A miss 3 by Cooper. She's been silenced this half. Rebounded by the offensive second high versus defensive second high. Well, the defensive second high is a single A. And therefore, Zhang is going to get the rebound. They definitely have the rebound advantage. Winning this rebound battle 38-28. Very big dominance in the second half. Ball goes to Toler. That's a 5. That's a miss. Defensive F. Nope. Missed by Toler. And she has missed 4 shots in a row. Offensive number 1 forward. Colleton is a D. Defensive number 1 forward. A C for Swoopes. So we got a rebound for the Swoopster. I'm sure that's what she's called. Hands it off to Kim Perrott, who's back in the game, hoping to provide some spark. That's a missed 3 unless the number 2 forward has at least a B, and that's not going to happen. 3-pointers have stopped falling for Houston. Rebound offensive number 2 guard, which is number 2 guard, which is a C. Defensive number 1 guard is a B. So Mabika not only is a good streak shooter, she's a good rebounder. Number 1 guard turnover unless they're a triple A. No, it's a turnover for Mabika on that end. Steal for Perrott. Let's see what Perrott can do. She's very streaky. 3, that's a pass. Turnover of C, D, or F. No, much better ball handler. Number 1 forward. I just put her back in because Arcane was not flowing with the team very well. That's a 10. 2-pointer. As long as the center's not an F. And it looks good. Sheryl Swoopes. Thompson gets a poor person's assist. 68-62. Is there enough time for a comeback? Zhang, not a good ball handler. Turnover for Zhang. Thompson with the swipe. And Thompson's going down the court. Let's see what she does. 7. Two-pointer. If the two guards at least double A. Yes. Tina Thompson scores her first points of the half. Assisted by Cooper. And the Comets are suddenly within 4. Number 2, Toler. That's an 8. Two-pointer. Got to have everything but an F, and it's good. Toler barely makes that one. Zhang, not a good ball handler, but not bad enough to ruin it. It is 70-64. Number 1 forward, Swoopes. 12. Miss. It's a D or F on defense. It's a B, so it's a miss by Swoopes. Not much. Super Cooper this half. Offensive number 1 guard is a C. Defensive number 1 guard's a B, and Mabika has come through again. Another great play. Goes to the center. 5. Two-point attempt. Good. Zhang. Not many stops in this game. Not a lot of lockdown defenders, so it's 72-64. Thompson with the ball. 7. Two-pointer. Good. Down but not out. 72-66. Leslie comes up. 4. Miss. And it's no good by Lisa Leslie, who has 21 points and 13 rebounds. Rebound Cooper, who has not seen the ball for a few minutes. And she does now. Here we go. Cooper for Tooper. That's a miss. Defense, yep, definitely a miss shot by Cooper. Missed her last 3 shots. Rebound number 2 forward, Leslie. 14 rebounds. Toler trying to put this game out of reach. 8. Good. Penny Toler with a second straight basket. 74-66. Probably 2 minutes left in this deck. Swoopes with the ball. 4 goes in. Good. Sheryl Swoopes with the basket. Right back. 74-68. Leslie goes in. 9. Miss. Number 2 forward ball handler has to be at least an A for the make. And that's her, so it's a missed shot. Leslie has taken quite a few. She is 8 for 17 on the game now, just under 50%. Rebound offensive center versus defensive center. We got an A versus an A. Looks like Thompson's going to grab that board. Houston needs a quick hoop. Oh, number 1 forward. Oh, just an instant turnover for Swoopes. She's had trouble with those turnovers today. Steal by Colleton. And here she goes. That's a 5. That's a pass. Turnover of C, D, F. Yes, Colleton with a turnover. Good break for Houston. They need a hoop. Guyton's not the one they want to go to. 5 pass. That's going to be a pass. They got to shoot it. Swoopes, that's someone to go to. 5. It's good. It is good. Swoopes from outside makes the shot. 74-70. They need another stop. Colleton gets the ball. That's an 8. Two-pointer. Good. Colleton comes through. Katrina with a two-pointer. 76-70. Thompson goes in. 8. Missed three-pointer unless the second forward. Nope. Missed by Thompson. From downtown. Rebound. Offensive number 2. Guyton keeps it alive. Guyton with 5 boards. Running out of cards. Guyton with the ball. 7. Two-point attempt. Good. It's good by Guyton. 76-72. They're going to have to get a defensive stop here. Toler, 6. Number 2 forward ball handler has to be at least a C. And it's good. Toler hits. And that may just about do it for the Sparks. Number 1. They were 14-14 on the season. There were no slouches. Swoopes goes in. 3. Missed three-point attempt. And the LA Sparks are going to come to Houston and pull off a victory. Offensive number 2 guard, Cooper C. Defensive number 1, Mabika, having a great game off the bench for the Sparks. Center turnover. Zhang going to take a miracle now. Steal by Thompson. And there goes Thompson. 2. Pass. Turnover for ball rating D. Yep, turnover for Tina Thompson. And that'll wrap it up. Leslie inside 7. Pass. Nope, just a pass. And that is your ball game. Final score, LA Sparks 78 points. Houston Comets 72 points. Leading scorer in the game was Lisa Leslie with 21 points, 8 of 17 from the floor, 14 boards, 6 assists. Did a number of great things. Zhang, the full-time center, 13 points and 6 boards on 6 of 8 from the floor. Penny Toler came through in the end, 12 points, just 1 assist credited on 6 of 13. And the Comets were led by Sheryl Swoopes, 9 of 21, missed all 6 of her 3-point tries, unfortunately. 20 points, 7 rebounds. Tina Thompson, 14 points, battled foul trouble, 4 rebounds. Cynthia Cooper, 14 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Did not have a good second half and couldn't make a free throw, 2 of 5. And Kim Perrott, 6 points, 4 rebounds. Janeth Arcane, 10 points in 15 minutes off the bench. 47.7 from the floor for the Comets. 51.5 from the floor for the Sparks, who took 66 shots, which is right on line. Comets took 65 shots, which was right on line. Free throws were 14 and 12. A little low on both sides, nothing too bad, but the Comets could not bury a three-pointer in the second half, finishing 5 for 19. And the Sparks got a big one down the stretch from Mawadi Mabika. That's a mouthful, who finished with 10 points in limited minutes, 4 rebounds, 4 for 4 from the field, 2 for 2 from the line. It's just a great all-around performance off the bench. Might have been the difference. And as I said, the Sparks only took 10 three-point attempts, but Mabika was 2 for 2. Anyway, this is Rod Hess signing out following a full round of WNBA basketball between the Sparks 78 and the Comets 72. Have a good day.